Skywatchers, and welcome to the sky above us. I'm James Albury, and I'm your tour guide to the night sky. Eclipse watchers rejoice because in North America we have a partial lunar eclipse this month. And it's not just any ordinary partial, it's a deep partial. So deep, in fact, that you might consider it to be a total lunar eclipse. In this episode, I'll show you why we consider it a partial instead of a total, and I'll give you the best times to go outside and watch. Let me show you. Here's how lunar eclipses work. Both Earth and the Moon cast two shadows, an inner, darker shadow called the umbra, and a lighter outer shadow called the penumbra. If the Moon only passes through the penumbra, we will see a penumbral lunar eclipse. 4 of the lunar eclipses during the past 2 years were penumbral, and as a result, they were barely noticeable. When the Moon passes through only a portion of the darker part of the shadow, the umbra, we call it a partial lunar eclipse. We will have a partial lunar eclipse on the morning of November 19th, 2021. The cool part is the Moon will enter Earth's shadow a lot closer to the center. So much so that almost 97% of the Moon will be within the darker part of Earth's shadow. Maximum eclipse for the east coast of North America will happen at 4:04 a.m. So, if you're a person who wakes up early or stays up very late, this is the eclipse for you. Here's how the whole thing will play out. Now, all times I mentioned for the November 19th partial lunar eclipse are in Eastern Time. So depending on your time zone, make sure you adjust your viewing times accordingly. We'll place a convenient eclipse table on the screen for your convenience. You ready? Let's go. Okay, we have our sky set up for the morning of November 19th, 2021 at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Yes, it's really early, but trust me, it's worth it. At 1:03 a.m., the Moon begins its entrance into Earth's penumbra. Almost an hour and a half later, at 2:20 a.m., the Moon enters the darker part of Earth's shadow, the umbra. Here's where things start to get noticeable. You'll see a dark smudge appear on the eastern limb of the Moon, and over the next 90 minutes, that smudge will get larger and larger, covering a bigger section of the Moon's surface. By 4:04 a.m. Eastern Time, the Moon is as deep into Earth's shadow as it will get for this eclipse, and since this partial is so deep, you should begin to see some of the reddish color we often see during a total lunar eclipse. That red color is caused by sunlight being bent by Earth's atmosphere. You can see this red color whenever you watch a sunrise or sunset. Therefore, the sunlight from all the sunrises and sunsets on Earth at the moment of the eclipse is what causes the red color of a total or deep partial eclipse of the Moon. The Moon will exit the umbra completely by 5:48 a.m. Eastern Time, and the eclipse will officially end at 7:04 a.m. when the Moon leaves Earth's penumbra. If this is your first lunar eclipse, mark your calendar for the evening of Sunday, May 15th, 2022, because if you live in North America, you'll get to see a total lunar eclipse during a more sane part of the night, between 10:30 p.m. and 2 a.m. We'll talk more about that next year. All right, my friends, get outside on the morning of November 19th and check out a deep partial eclipse of the Moon. Before you go, visit our website, theskyaboveus.org. From there, you can watch previous episodes, listen to the Sky Above Us podcast, get the Sky Above Us merch, and you can even ask me an astronomical question that I'll answer in a future episode. Plus, if you'd like to support our program, click on the Patreon link in the description, and you could qualify for autographed The Sky Above Us memorabilia, and you could see your name in the credits of our next episode. So, if you're being followed by a moon shadow, just pop in a cassette of some Cat Stevens, and remember to keep looking up.